Hi, everybody. It's lovely to see you at Mr. Church today, and I hope that you're all well. I hope most of you've got your craft packs, and we're going to have a really full-on programme. So shall we introduce the team? Let's have a look, see who we got today. We've got Betty, Ian.
Hello.
Naomi. And Liz.
Hi.
Hi. Katie. Hi, everybody. Before we open in prayer, I thought we could have a challenge. Have you all got your donuts with you? Yes?
Right, I ate mine already, Kate.
Well, I've
been tempted.
Okay.
I've had no.
So Ian's got his donut. Has yours got lots of sugar on it?
Yeah, lots and jam.
And Naomi, what have you got on your donut? Is it a standard or a little bit?
It's a raspberry jam sugar donut.
Wow. And what have you got, Liz?
Oh, well, I think mine's half a raspberry jam sugar donut, and the jam's just leaking out.
Oh, yummy.
That was very good. You shared it.
Mine's a raspberry jam donut as well.
Oh, Katie, don't they look lovely?
They're making my mouth water. Oh.
Can I tell you a story about a donut I once had?
Go on then, Ian.
It was just like this, and I was in work, and I had my suit and my tie and best shirt on. And I took a great big bite out of my donut. The jam went all the way down. It went to my tie, on my shirt, on my suit jacket, on my trousers, and my shoes.
Oh,
One dollop of jam did all of that, and I stayed in work all day with jam everywhere.
Oh no!
I think I'm going to have to watch mine because the jam's very close to the edge.
Okay, right, guys, are you ready for this challenge I'm going to set you? Okay, you've got to eat the donut, and you mustn't lick your lips. Now, if you get tempted, that's okay, but you mustn't give in and lick your lips. Okay, I'm going to get my clock here, and I'm going to give you a minute starting from now. Let's see if any of them lick their lips. Just check.
It's a hard challenge, Kate. Very hard challenge.
Keep looking closely. Liz has got a little bit. I can see a little bit of jam going at the side of her mouth. And Betty, look at Betty. She's got quite a good strategy there. Now Naomi's doing well. Oh, no touching, no licking.
I'm not convinced they're not having a little lick.
Are they not?
Wow.
It's so hard not to lick your lip.
It's very hard not to lick.
It's more difficult if you're talking.
Is it nearly impossible?
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible, I think, to talk and not lick your lips.
Okay, well, I think.
Oh, I did it.
5,
I've done it now.
3, 2, 1, and stop. Wow. Katie, who do you think was the best at that challenge?
Well, Ian was pretty speedy, I have to say that. He devoured that donut very quickly.
I think Betty was pretty good the way she I felt.
I think I licked my lips though.
I'm sure I saw a bit of her licking her lips.
I failed as soon as I started talking. 5 seconds from the end, I started talking, and then I licked my lips. I couldn't help it.
I wonder if it's harder with a beard, though, Ian.
Well, you can't see it so well, so it makes it easier. If I go like that, you can't see me at all.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say a prayer now. So we'll say goodbye to the gang just for a moment. And I'm going to say a prayer. And our challenge and our thoughts for today are about temptation and when Jesus got tempted by the devil. And we're going to find out a little bit more from Katie later. But let's just put our hands together and pray. Dear God, thank you for fun that we can have at Mercy Church. Thank you that you love us. Help us to learn more today about not giving in to temptation when things are very tempting but can get us into trouble or not wise choices. Please will you help us? Amen. So we're going to ask Liz now to play a game with the whole team called Truth and Lie Game.
Hello, everybody. Now, this is a game that everybody can join in with, and it's called Truth or Lie. And if you've played it before, then that's fine. But what you've got to do is think up 2 things to tell people about yourself. One of them has to be true, and the other one has to be not so quite true, not true. So I'll give you all a couple of moments just to have a think, and then I'm going to start asking. And if you're joining in with us, if you want to put your comments in, and we'll see if we can guess.
Yes.
And also, can you put who you are if you are watching us? Can you just put a hello and from your name with your name? Okay, I'm going to go to who should I ask first? Well, go on then, Kate. I'll ask you first to tell us 2 things about yourself.
Okay, right. I won the Space Hopper race in Sports Day when I was at primary school by a long, long way. That's one of my truths. And the next one is I have run 1 marathon in my life.
Oh, now, should we have a think? Kate, I think the Space Hopper one might not be true. And I think the marathon one might be true. Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
Oh, no.
The marathon was the lie. I've never run a marathon before.
Okay.
But I did win the Space Hopper race really fast and just streaks ahead from everybody else.
Wow. Okay. So that was right. They were both sport questions, weren't they? Who have we got next? Oh, Katie.
Yeah, we're ready.
Katie, can you tell us one thing about yourself that's true and one thing that's not true?
Okay. So the first thing is I love Brussels sprouts.
Oh.
I'm not going to give anything more away.
Yes.
And the second thing is I lived on a ship for 2 years.
Everybody going to have a think about that. Now, I think I'm not sure that anybody loves Brussels sprouts. So I think that might not be true.
You're right. You don't like them, I'm afraid.
Ship you might have done. Could you have lived on a ship?
A long time ago. Very long time ago, yes.
Oh, did I get that right?
You got that right. Well done. Yes. 1 point. Well done.
1 point to me. Okay, who have we got next? Oh, Naomi. Hello, Naomi.
Hello.
Now, can you tell us one thing about yourself that's true and one thing that's not true?
Okay, I have learnt and speak Spanish.
Oh, right.
And the craziest thing I've ever eaten was a scorpion.
Oh, now. Let me have a think. Naomi, I think you might have eaten a scorpion. And I'm not so sure you've learned Spanish, but I think you might know another language. Is that true? Have I done right?
Oh, you're absolutely correct, yep.
Oh, I say, I'm doing very well at this job. Anybody else got any comments coming up? Okay. Oh, it's Betty next. Hello, Betty.
Hello.
Right. Can you tell us one thing about yourself that's true and one thing that's not so true?
Okay. The first thing is that I sang on stage with Amanda Holden.
Oh.
And the second thing is that I did a free fall parachute jump over the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh my goodness, everybody. If you're listening in, let's see some comments about that one or any of them, really. So a parachute jump now, Betty. I know you like singing a lot, and I know you probably do lots of singing on stages all over the place, and I do know that Amanda Holden used to live near us, but might you have done a parachute jump over the Great Barrier Reef? Oh, now. I think you've done a parachute jump over the Great Barrier Reef, Betty. Am I right or wrong?
You're absolutely right.
Oh,
Amanda Holden did sing in panto, but before my time.
do you know, I really did have a guess at that one. I've been guessing all of these, so you have to think carefully about what you're being told, don't you? Right, should have Mr. Ian Cooper. Hello, Ian.
Hello.
Now, here we go. One thing about you that's true and one thing that's not so true.
Right, I have 10 brothers and sisters, and
Right.
I've been married for 45 years.
Now, let me have a think. Married for 45 years. Well, I know you've been married a long time, but I'm not sure if it's 45 years. Now, have you got 10 brothers and sisters? My goodness me, that's a big family. Now, I think you've got 10 brothers and sisters, and I don't think you've been married quite as long as 45 years, Ian.
No,
Am I
you're
right
wrong.
or wrong?
You're wrong.
Oh, no, I got it wrong. So
It's a bit
you have
worrying to
been
find
married
out
for
I can.
45 years.
I have, yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Marvellous. Anybody want to have a go with mine? Ian, you have a go with mine.
All right,
Right.
okay.
Ian, okay. I've got some family members who live in another country called Argentina, and
Mhm.
I can ride a motorbike. What do you think?
Oh. Can I see you on a long hair, leather jacket, waterproof boots, on a motorbike? Yeah, I think so. I don't think you've got relatives in Argentina.
Oh well, I have got relatives in Argentina,
Oh.
and I can't ride a motorbike. Thank you, everybody. It's quite fun. Everybody have a go at that at home another time. Bye.
Liz, that was lovely. Thank you. Now, I'm just having a look on my phone, and we've got Eva watching, and Eva's mummy's called Hannah. And this is she wanted to join in, and Eva's put, I love ballet, and my favourite colour is brown. Oh, I wonder which is the truth and which is the lie. I think Eva loves ballet. And I think the brown colour is the lie. Maybe if Eva's mummy Hannah could write the answer in the chat box, that would be great. Anybody else that wants to join in, again, please write your comments on your phone or on your laptop, and it'd be really nice, and we can include you. And it's really nice that Ruby's joined in today and is watching with us as well. So we're now going to move on to Bible story. Now, I hinted earlier it was about temptation, and there was a time in the Bible when Jesus got tempted by the devil, and Katie is going to share that true story with us now.
Yeah, hi again, everyone. So this is a story from the Bible. And Jesus had just been baptized, and he was about to begin his 3 years of teaching and telling everyone how to live a good life and how to get to heaven. But before he started all of his teaching, God led him into the desert. And Jesus spent 40 days praying and listening to God. And during that time, Jesus was very tempted to go his own way and disobey God. Jesus had fasted for more than 5 weeks, and that means he hadn't eaten anything for 5 weeks, so he must have been feeling very, very hungry. Here's a picture of him just there. And just when he was at his weakest, the tempter came. Now, the tempter was somebody who was totally opposite of God. Sometimes we think of him, or we call him the devil or Satan. And he likes people being naughty and going their own way. And he absolutely hates people doing the right thing and following God and Jesus. So the tempter came along to try to trick Jesus into doing naughty things. He knew that Jesus was about to start teaching and telling people all about God and how to live a good life. And he was trying to stop Jesus from doing this. Now, remember just how hungry Jesus was at this time when the tempter came. And the first thing the tempter said to Jesus was, "If you are the Son of God, why don't you change these stones to become loaves of bread?" Now remember, Jesus was God's son, but that didn't mean he should use his power to help himself. The tempter was being really, really mean, tempting Jesus to be naughty and use his powers in the wrong way. But Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God." Jesus was basically saying, no, he wouldn't change the stones to bread because he didn't need to eat bread. He only needed to hear the words of God to survive. So the tempter went away. But then he tried again, and he took Jesus to the top of a very tall building. There we are. And here the tempter said to Jesus that he should jump off the building because angels would catch him. Now this might have been quite appealing, quite attractive to Jesus, because then everyone on the ground would see and know that he was a son of God. And then they would all listen to Jesus and everyone would think he was like a superhero. But again, Jesus said no, that you shouldn't test God in this way and use him in this way. There he is saying no, I won't do that. And finally, the tempter tempted Jesus by showing him the whole world. He said that if Jesus worshipped him and listened to him and not to God, then all of the world would be his and everyone would listen to him. Again, Jesus said no, and he said, "Be gone," as in go away. For it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and only him shall you serve." Then the tempter left Jesus, and lots of angels came to be with him. Jesus had won. He had stayed on the right path, following God, and he had not been tempted to do wrong and go his own way. So wasn't that a great story to show how strong Jesus was? And we mustn't forget that God is on our side. If we have God on our side, we can be strong too. So back over to Kate.
Thank you, Katie. I love listening to Katie's Bible stories. She tells them so well. So let's just recap this temptation story. The temptations that Jesus had, there were 3 of them. The first one was the devil said, "If you are the Son of God, you can easily change these stones to become loaves of bread." And Jesus didn't give in to the temptation, did he? No, he said. The scriptures, that's what's in the Bible, say people do not live by bread alone, but every word that comes from the mouth of God. Jesus obeyed God and he did what was wise. Let's remind ourselves what number 2 temptation was. So the devil said, "Jump off this building because the angels will catch you." No, Jesus said, the scriptures, that's what's in the Bible, also say you must not test the Lord your God. Jesus obeyed God and did what was wise. And the last one, let's recap. The devil said, "If you worship me, all the world would be his." No, Jesus said, for the scriptures, that's what's in the Bible, say you must worship the Lord your God and serve only him. Jesus was hungry and thirsty and he was tired and he still didn't give in to temptation. He obeyed and did what is wise. That's great. So let's just move on. Jesus knew that he had to obey God. And that meant he had to set aside his own hunger, his own will, his own desires, and even in the end, his own life to do what God said to do. Wow. And if you keep coming to Message Church, you'll find the amazing things Jesus got up to and what he did because he loved his Father God so much. Listening to God and obeying him is really hard, I struggle to do that every day and to do what's best and make wise choices. So just sometimes we can get tempted to be greedy. Sometimes we can be tempted to be mean. Sometimes we can be tempted to let those bad thoughts get going even more and maybe thinking about some things that aren't helpful. And there's a verse in the Bible, God's book, that can help you overcome temptation. So if you're being greedy or you're being mean, inside God's Bible, there's a verse that can really help you. Would you like to see it? I've got it here, and it's a bit of a long one, but it's really helpful. And it says this. Can you see? Every test that you have experienced is the kind that normally comes to people. But God keeps his promise, and he will not allow you to be tested beyond your power. To remain firm at the time you are put to the test, he will give you the strength to endure it and so provide you a way out. And you can read that in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. Wow, God can help us if we decide to follow him. When we get tempted, that we can talk to him and he will help us get out of that problem if it's going to get us into trouble and give us a right choice to do. So that's really cool. Now, you've listened ever so well because I've been talking far too long. And we're going to have a chat with Naomi now because she's going to do the first craft activity.
Hello everybody. So today we are going to make a maze. Alright, so when you put your ball in it, you can move the maze around, and you can move your ball so it goes from the start all the way to the end. Fun activity you can do with your family. Now, in your craft packs, you should find a piece of card like this, and on the back, sellotaped, some silver foil. In that silver foil is a tiny little bead, will act as your ball to go around the maze. So be very careful when you open the foil not to lose your bead, especially if you have pets and young children around. So what you need to do is you need to get your card, get a pencil, maybe with a ruler as well, and just mark on your card your maze. You can make this maze up. I've got it starting in the middle and it's going to end on the outside. Maybe you could do from one corner to another corner. You can decide how you want your maze to go. Then, when you've done that, you'll find some straws in your pack as well, some paper straws. So what you do, you get some of your straws and you cut them to the right length of one of your lines on your cardboard. Now I find you can stick these quite easily with some Grit Stick. You just have to press them down a little bit so it dries, but then you can stick it on nicely there, and you keep going until you've done all the lines on your maze. One little tip, make sure your lines are wide enough when you've stuck on the straws to fit your bead through the course. Because the straws can be a little wide. Just make your lines nice and wide. Then, when you've done that, you can write on it where the start is, where the end is. You can put the outside on as well, so you can make a nice border to your maze. And then you can have fun putting your bead at the start and challenging your friends, your families, and yourself to try and get it all the way to the end without being tempted to go down any of the misdirections through the maze. It's a really fun craft, so hopefully you can have a go at home this half term and see who can get from the start to the end the fastest, and maybe without going and being tempted down any of the wrong routes the best. All right, have fun everybody.
Wow, Naomi, that was amazing. I love that. I just want to say I'm sitting on a funny chair that makes a lot of squeaky sounds. So just want to let you know that it is the chair and not me. So let's move on, shall we? And we're going to see Betty now doing some stone painting.
Hello, everyone. Do you know, I was out for a walk today, and while we were on the walk, we found a stone. And it's one of those stones that the Teddy along Hoe Road had left there. And the invitation at the Teddy was that you could pick them up and go and hide them somewhere else. So we found this stone with a heart on it, and we decided to pick it up and hide it somewhere else. So we've actually hidden it. And if you can see, there's the stone. A bit tricky to see, but it's hidden there. So I wonder if anyone will find it. Anyway, we're going to paint our own stones. And we've been talking about the things that Jesus was tempted with. And I've been thinking that we're often tempted. We were tempted to lick our lips, and most of us failed that challenge. But what other things tempt you? Because you need to think about something that tempts you to go on your stone. And I'm going to paint mine. I've got some paints here that are left over from a paint kit that I had. So I'm going to start it by painting yellow across the top and across the bottom. Can you guess what I'm painting on my temptation stone? I think it's something you might eat. You might like to eat. Do you like lots of yellow things to eat? I wonder what it could be. Maybe this will give it away, because I'm going to use another brush and paint some red in the middle. I'm going to paint, can you guess what it's going to be yet? And then I'm going to get my next brush. I'm going to paint some creamy bits in the middle. Now, I wonder if you can guess what that might be. Does it look like a slice of something that could be edible? I wonder what you might eat that's got red and something yellow in the middle. Well, I think it could be a piece of jam sponge. And that's what I looked like. And that's what the stone looked like to me. So that's why I've done it. Now, we're going to hide these rocks because several of us have done them. We're going to stick on the bottom. I'm going to leave that one to dry, but we're going to stick a messy church sticker, which you'll also find in your pack, on the bottom. And then we're going to hide some of these in the churchyard. Please don't be tempted to just collect them. If you find one, we'd love to see the photo of where you found it, but then you could go and hide it somewhere else. So hopefully there will be lots of stones in the churchyard for people to find. And you can do a temptation stone trail in the churchyard. Have fun doing that. The next thing that we're going to do is another trail in the churchyard. I think the churchyard's going to be busy because there are quite a lot of hearts already there. for you to do different things. There's a trail of hearts. But I've marked my other trail, my journey of trust, with a different colour. And I think Ian's going to show the video of it.
Oh, it's me again. Okay, so when you're ready, Ian, could you play that, please? The obstacle course. I think we're just waiting for Ian to get the obstacles on. Oh, yeah, I think it's coming now.
You won't be able to do this while we're talking, but it's called the Walks of Trust. And we're going to use the churchyard. You'll find a map in your pack which shows you all the paths you can use in the churchyard.
Sorry, we're having a few technical difficulties here. Bear with me, please.
Activity that you can do afterwards. You won't be able to do this while we're talking, but it's called the Walks of Trust. And we're going to use the churchyard. You'll find a map in your pack which shows you all the paths you can use in the churchyard. The main paths are very obvious, but there are some other paths that you can use which have been marked by pieces of orange string.
Sorry, I don't think we're going to be able to play the video, but we'll try and include it on the YouTube afterwards and on Facebook. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's a shame. Never mind, these things happen, don't they? So I think now we are going to sing a song.
Can you still hear me, Kate?
Yeah.
Can you still hear me, Kate? Yeah, I'm going to have you carry on. You can sing the song yourself or do anything else, but I shall just need a moment before I can recover from
okay,
the technical problems I've got here. Oh, hang on. No, we're okay now. We're okay now.
Okay. Right. So if you get your craft bags ready, boys and girls, inside you will find a song sheet. And this is a song that Betty introduced me to, and it's lovely. It's a really lovely song, and she sung it last month, and it's called I Want to Live in a Friendly World. So when Betty's ready, if we could have Betty on the screen, she's going to sing it, and you can sing it.
Okay. If you get your words out ready, what I'm going to do is I'll sing a line, and I'll do that so that you're listening. And then I'll say, you sing the same line. So we'll learn it together. Okay? So it goes, I want to live in a friendly world, a friendly world, a friendly world. Your turn. I want to live in a friendly world, a friendly world, a friendly world. Now listen. I want to live in a friendly world that's good to folks like me. I want to live in a friendly world that's good to folks like me. Should we do those two lines together? I want to live in a friendly world, a friendly world. I want to live in a friendly world that's good to folks like me. And then the next bit goes, if I run short, of a bowl of rice and my next door neighbour's in. If I run short of a bowl of rice and my next door neighbour's in, I want to know that you won't say no to the colour of my skin or the church that I worship in. I want to know that you won't say no to the colour of my skin or the church that I worship in, or the place from whence I came, or my great-grandfather's name, or the place from whence I came, or my great-grandfather's name. Okay, should we do the whole lot of that? And then we repeat the chorus bit afterwards, so that you've already learned that, so that's easier. Ready? I want to live in a friendly world, a friendly world, a friendly world. I want to live in a friendly world that's good to folks like me. If I run short of a bowl of rice and my next door neighbour's in, I want to know that they won't say no to the colour of my skin, or the church that I worship in, or the place from whence I came, or my great-grandfather's name. I want to live in a friendly world, a friendly world, a friendly world. I want to live in a friendly world that's good to folks like me. There you go. Hope you've enjoyed that, and maybe we'll be able to sing it in real life together one day.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. Do you know, since I've been working at Bishop's Waltham and Upham, I have never been to a real life messy church. So I really look forward to seeing you guys and singing that song all together. That'd be so nice. Let's move on now to Katie and her craft.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of things to show you this afternoon. The first, hopefully if you manage to get a craft pack, you will have a sheet like this. It's got a picture of a bear on it, and it's got that lovely Bible verse that Kate read out to us at the beginning. And it says, God is faithful. He would not let me be tempted, or not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. And so I've kind of done a bit of a play on words with the word bear and done a bear on the sheet for you. And really, I thought I just wanted to have this as a craft today, just to help us remember that God will never let us be tempted beyond more that we can bear. I think I remember when I was your age, kind of worrying that I'd end up being really, really naughty and everyone would be really cross with me. But actually, we just need to say a prayer to God, and then He will never tempt us. The tempter will never tempt us more than we can manage. So it's up to you what you do with this craft. I decided I wanted to do a little bit of collage because I love collage. So here is my bear. I started off by getting some tissue paper. If you've got some tissue paper at home, you could screw it up into little balls and stick it on. And that could be really nice. And I actually ended up cutting out the Bible verse and sticking it on his tummy because I thought that was quite a nice way to do it. And what I just need to finish off doing now is the nose and put the eyes on. So I'm going to push this down here, and hopefully you'll still be able to see if I do it this way. A bit of an experiment doing it this way. So the first thing I need to do is to put some glue on his kind of mouth and nose area. And I'm going to start sticking my little bits of tissue paper like this. Now, if you haven't got tissue paper, you can just cut out bits of normal paper and do exactly the same thing with collaging. Or if you don't fancy doing collage, that's not really your thing, you could just use felt tip pens, do some colouring, or you could get some paints out, do some painting, or get some other bits of fabric and cut them up and stick them on. Obviously check with a grown-up, you're not going to be screwing up their favourite, cutting out their favourite shirt or something. But there we go, so I've got that bit for his mouth and nose. And then I cut out just a little piece of card and pink little nose. I thought would be quite sweet on the middle with his little nose. And then the little bits for his mouth. Oh, very sticky on my glue stick. I thought we could almost do like that and stick it down. Hopefully you can see okay. Stick one side and then stick the other. So this is sort of the nose coming down into the mouth. And hopefully it will end up being a nice smiley mouth for my friendly bear who helps remind us that God will never tempt us more than we can manage to bear. And then I think I need 2 eyes. So I cut my eyes out again, little bits of card. Here we go. There's 1 eye, and there's another eye. And then I thought I could cut it out. So I'm sure you'll do a much better job than me because I'm doing it quite quickly. I'm sure you'll take a lot more care with it than I am. But I thought if I cut it out, and then what I'm thinking of doing with my bear is actually hanging it in my bedroom so that I can remember that God will always be with me whenever I pray to him, and he'll always help me, not just when I'm tempted, but he'll help me in any situation that I'm worrying about as well. That's why it's always good to remember that God is always there for us. There we go. And the final thing that I thought I might do, to put it down a slight tiny bit more, there we go, is make it hang up. So I've got a nice piece of pink wool here, but you could use string, or you could use, well, anything that you've got really that you could hang it with. Oh, got very sticky fingers now. Everything's sticking to everything. There we go. And perhaps I can put this up again like that. Woo! And here is my little bear ready to hang in my window. Okay, so that was one of the crafts that I thought might be quite fun to do. But again, as I say, do it however you like. It might be that you just prefer colouring, and that's absolutely fine. And the second thing, I'm going to have some helpers to show this craft, because this, if you had your craft pack, you should have had a little sheet, a little bit like this, and you should have had a bag full of marshmallows and some straws and some cocktail sticks. If you didn't get them in your craft pack, don't worry at all. I'm going to try and put these sheets up, so the template of the bear that we've just seen and this sheet, up onto Facebook afterwards, so you'll be able to download them and print them out. Okay, but Ian, could I have Betty and Liz for this next to show this next challenge for us? So they're going to come in and demonstrate some of the games for us.
I'm just going to go get my marshmallows. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, you need your marshmallows for this one, and some cocktails. You've got yours. Well done. So we're going to do just a couple of games from here. And what it is, it's called Marshmallow Temptations. And it says the aim of this activity is basically just to have lots of fun and play some games, perhaps with your family or whoever you've got at home. And you're not to eat your marshmallows. So it's all about trying to resist temptation, all about trying not to do something that you really, really want to do. You might need to say a little prayer to help you, to God to help you with that. And only when you've done as many challenges as you want, really, you don't have to do them all. You might just decide, oh, I don't really like the look of that one, I don't want to do that one, but I want to do this one. Okay, so it's just to have some fun. Some of them you can do as a competition. You could time yourself and have perhaps a minute each. Or minute to do one of the challenges. Other ones, I know my daughter got really into the building challenge earlier and spent probably about 20 minutes building an amazing tower. So it's up to you how you use this activity. And I did put some little Haribo sweets in as well, because I thought some of my marshmallows looked very mulched up by the end, and I didn't really fancy eating them even after doing this. So Betty and Liz, are you ready?
What have we got to make?
So your first challenge, I think we will do the make your initials one. Would you be able to show us where you're working, or is that a bit more tricky?
Yeah, I can do that. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, so make your initials. So just your first initial from your name.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going to say ready, steady, go. And then it's going to be a bit of a race who can do it first. It doesn't have to be with a cocktail stick, this one. It could just be...
Liz is going to win this. She's quicker.
Yeah, she has. Doesn't have to be a cocktail stick, this one. I was more imagining it would just be laid out on the ground. I'm going to do mine at the same time so you can see mine. Oh, need to clear my area a little bit. So I'm going to do a K for Katie. This is going to be a challenge because I'm actually doing it upside down for the camera. So I'm not sure whether I'll be doing it the right way. Hopefully it will come out the right way. Oh, who's going to be first? How are you doing, Betty?
I'm there. Getting there.
Getting there. Oh, I think I've done a K. Woohoo! I think I might have won that one, Betty.
I think you probably did, because I've got too many bendy bits in mine.
Yours is a bit trickier. Mine's just straight lines.
There you go. Yeah. Can you see it?
Oh yes, a B. Very good. I like that one. Well done. Oh, sorry.
I disappeared, so I'm just doing mine now.
Just doing your L. Oh, yours should be quite quick because it's quite an easy one, isn't it? So that's one of them. You can also perhaps do your age, so do the number of your age. I won't do that because then everyone will know exactly how old I am. There's another one that I'll just show you whilst Liz is finishing off. That's a really fun one. I won't get them to do it, but this is where you have your bowl of marshmallows, and what you have to do is you get 2 bowls side by side, and then you give yourself perhaps a minute or 2 minutes and see how many marshmallows you can get from one bowl to the other just using your straw. So what you have to do is breathe in and put your straw onto the marshmallow and breathe in, and that will suck it onto the end of the straw. Move your straw over and then drop it. So I'll do it now. Ready? Oh, I've got 3 in there. Oh, you could perhaps have a fun race with people in your family to see how many again you could do in perhaps a minute. But ladies, are you ready? Oh, Liz, look at yours.
Done my L.
And you've done it with cocktails, so it's even better. That's double points, I think. So the next challenge for you two is to build an animal with your cocktail stick. I'm going to give you a minute to do it. It's a very, very tricky challenge. I'm going to actually set my timer on my phone. Okay. So think about what animal you might like to do. My daughter did a very simple snake, and she was very proud of her snake. And I thought that was quite clever to think, oh, I'll do a very simple animal, but I'm sure you might be able to do some with legs. I don't know. So we've had 50 seconds already. I mean, sorry, 10 seconds already, sorry.
Oh my goodness. I'm not going to be able to do this. This is really sticky.
It is really sticky. I'll show you mine that I made a bit earlier whilst we're waiting for them. So this was mine. So I actually bent my cocktail sticks in half to make the legs. It's not really very good, but it's kind of just a bit of fun. And it looked like, I thought that top bit looked like he'd got a bit of a nose, a long nose sticking out. So I put that marshmallow on the end like that.
I've got marshmallows all over the floor.
And then a little tail, at the end.
All my marshmallows.
Oh, you've only got 15 seconds left.
Oh
no! Because some of the animals just look ridiculous by the end because they've got one leg or half falling over. Oh, 5 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, and stop. Let's hold them up and see. Oh, yeah, Betty, that looks a little bit strange.
A front end of a giraffe.
Front end of a giraffe. You perhaps needed a bit more time for that. Oh, Liz did well though. That was that. Yeah, the hardest part is getting them on the cocktail sticks, isn't it? Oh, lovely. Well, I think you both deserve to eat some of your marshmallows now. You were very good at not being tempted to eat any until now.
I think I'm going to have to lick my fingers.
Yeah, I think so. Oh. So I hope you have lots of fun with that, everyone at home, and that activity. And if you don't have marshmallows, you didn't get the craft pack, then do just use perhaps spaghetti for the cocktail sticks. Dried spaghetti and raisins also works as well. Okay. So back to Kate now. To finish off.
Oh, that was lovely watching that, and well done for not eating those marshmallows before. So we've nearly come to the end now of our session.
Would you like another go at the video? I think we might be able to do it this time.
Oh yes, Ian, if we can, that would be good.
Right.
And then we'll do a prayer. Let's hope it works.
This is an activity that you can do afterwards. You won't be able to do this while we're talking, but it's called the Walks of Trust. And we're going to use the churchyard. You'll find a map in your pack which shows you all the paths you can use in the churchyard. The main paths are very obvious, but there are some other paths that you can use which have been marked by pieces of orange string. Like this. You may have to tell the person to duck if they come to a piece where they're going to have fur in their face. The point of these walks is to show you that we need to develop trust in Jesus to go forward. Now, there's different ways that you might want to lead people around. You might want to just use your hand and get them to put their hand on yours and guide them that way. That way they've got actual contact with you and they can feel where you're taking them. Put your blindfold on, and the person that's leading you can put their hand up, and hold the person who is blindfolded's hand. So put your hand up as well. Now, can you show how you lead her? Can you lead her round in a circle to start with? So she's just following the direction that the hand shows. Or you could use verbal signals. So you could say, turn right, turn left, bend down, watch this bit, it's a bit muddy, there's a slope here, anything like that to guide them around. Put your blindfold on and you'll go your trail following verbal directions.
Turn around. Turn around. And go straight.
Ah, wrong way. Turn halfway round, James. That's only a quarter. Another one. That's it.
And go straight.
You have to go with him and make sure that he's not bumping into anything. Oh, Alex, where's he going?
Turn around and go straight. What one? This way? Yeah. Now turn around and go straight. Oh, yeah. Turn around. Turn around and go straight. This way? Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go in the churchyard, it's just for the fun of going somewhere. And before the blindfolded person finishes, you could try asking them where they think they are in the churchyard to see if they've got any idea of where they've been. Have fun.
Oh, I'm so glad that we were able to watch that. That was really good. Thank you, Betty, and thank you for your little helpers. Brilliant. So I've just had a message from Katie, and just to remind you that there's the Valentine's Heart Hunt running all this week at St. Peter's Church. So if you want to find out more, then go up to the church, and I'm sure you can find out on there or onto the church website. So we're coming to the close of our Messy Church today, and we just want to remind you that the next Messy Church will be on March the 15th at 4:30 on Zoom. And you're very, very welcome to join us, and hopefully soon, it won't be long, we'll be able to meet together. So we're going to ask Liz now to do the final prayer, and after Betty to do the grace.
Hello everyone. Again, we're just finished with our prayer now. So like we do each time, if you put your hands together and just close your eyes, and we'll say our prayer. Thank you, God, that although we face many temptations in our life, you are there to help us from giving in to them. Jesus, we give you our messy lives with all their bumpy bits and say sorry for any times that we have not gone your way. Thank you for forgiving us. From this day forward, we choose to listen to your voice, and we do our big Amen. Thank you, everybody.
Now we're going to do the grace. And we go, the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of God and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all now and evermore. Amen.
Oh, thank you, Betty. Well, it's nearly time to go, but I think it's nice to say goodbye to the whole team. So let's say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
See you next month.